thought you have opened it. So we just have to proceed.
No.
So maybe what you do is that try and open it down. Maybe at some point I may just come on your screen to check it. You just open it down.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right. So let's us quickly continue from where we stop. This was the notebook where we perform a few analysis. Remember, it was as if we started with a new notebook because of changing my system. So it was an opportunity for some of us to go through the entire process, starting from how to load our libraries, which offers us different functions for either manipulating our data or analyzing our data. So we were able to load in two different data sets. And then we also perform some checkup on our data, trying to know how many records we have in the data set, how many attributes are in the data set. So I was just trying to run through some of the things we have done because of those that just sorted out their Anaconda. So we also look at how to modify the data headings or features where necessary. So with that, we are able to add underscore. Remember that originally, when we loaded this data, we do not have the underscore. It was just an empty spaces in between these headers that we have modified with underscore. So that was just to tell us that you can be given a data set where you need to make these corrections before you proceed with your analysis. So that was exactly what we are trying to do. And that falls under data cleaning, which we have already completed. So if you watch the previous, you'll be able to sort yourself out because there are still other data cleaning techniques that we looked at. But I just highlighted these few ones just to refresh our memory. So we started looking at a new topic, which I tag Introduction to Data Selection and Filtering Techniques. So we were actually going through a concept before the network was unable to resign me in. So this was exactly where we stopped. So I did mention in that class that it is very important we understand data filtering techniques because there are a whole lot of analysis. There are analysis questions or tasks that will require the application of these techniques that we want to learn. And at the same time, going through this data selection or data filtering techniques will expose us to different methods or different functions in Python library. So here we give ourselves a task. You know, I told us that most of the things we'll be doing, we will coin them as given tasks. We will try to picture them from the angle of if you are working in an office, what kind of tasks will you be given that will require all these analysis we are performing? So in line with that, we give ourselves some tasks. We have a data set that is called a data set that is called data3. As you can see, so this is the data set. And we wanted to concatenate because that is the first data, that's the first task Now, the idea is that we want to see how from an entire given data set, we are able to pull out certain portion, certain column and its values, and store them in a different data object. And then at the end of the day, we want to use these two data sets or these two subsections that we must have pulled out from the entire data set to practice what we call concatenation. And remember, I said concatenation is nothing but a process of joining two or more data frames to form a different data frame. And I also cited some live scenarios where you may be asked to do something of this nature. Now, if you look at this entire data set, we have a lot of attributes. We have employee's name, we have employee's ID, we have state, we have sales, we have department, we have status, we have grade. So you can see that there are so many headers here. So let's assume that the analysis you are to perform concerns only basic salary and the employee's name, or basic salary and the department. So in this case, a smart data analyst will know that other headers will only end up distracting you. So a way of simplifying your work, you can just call out the what, the basic salary and store it in a different object or variable, and then call out the department, also store it in a different variable, then marry them together. That is where concatenation comes from, which is the first function we are exposed to, or we are going to expose to under this category of what? Data selection and data filtering. So far so good. We were able to pull out this employee's name only, and we were able to store them in employees. And then we were also able to pull out the basic salary and also store them in basic underscore sal. So which means that at the moment we have two different what? Sub-extracted data or values from the main data. Now we can now proceed with the concatenation. This is what I was about executing in that class. So if you look at it here, therefore, concatenate. So this is a kind of the third, I believe, out of the tasks that we mentioned at the top. This was the final one. The first task is that you should pull out employee's name, store it in a different frame, pull out the basic salary, store it in a different word data frame, and now the third task was join them together. That's what we're trying to do here. So what I did here is that I created another data object called final underscore data. So which means that the concatenation of the two sub-extracted value will be stored here. And then we call the PD. Remember, I told us that the PD represent pandas. Remember at the top when we were importing the libraries, we have already represented the entire pandas as PD. So anywhere I use PD, it means I am referencing what? A library which is called pandas. Why? Because inside that library, I want to access a function called what? Concat. So you don't write it full concatenation. The entire function concatenation is represented as what? Concat. Then after that, inside the parenthesis bracket, you select the two data or three. Even if there are three, you just select them and separate them with a comma. So here I have selected the first one as the employee, and I've also selected the second one, which is the basic salary. Now, mind you, the order at which you are selecting them matter. If you start with basic salary before employee, you are going to get a different order. So if I run this code now we have the two of them in final underscore data. So if I come down here and type FI, remember I showed us a logic where you have a very long name. You can just type the first two letters and press the tab on your keyboard twice or once. It will bring out what? The keywords. Then from there, you identify the one you want to pick and then click and run your code. So if I run this code now, you see that what? We have two of them concatenated. So what is happening here? We have it concatenated horizontally. We have it concatenated horizontally. This was exactly what I was trying to explain to us. Let me break it down. Remember, I was drawing two shapes that very day. Now, this is just like the first data. Okay? And then this is just like the second data. So anytime you are concatenating, you are joining two different data subsets, always know that you can either place them side by side like this. So where data A, where you have data 1, and then you have data 2. You have data 2. Place side by side. So this kind of concatenation is called a vertical concatenation, because you have this one standing vertically, you have this also standing vertically. Now you can also have it this way. This one can come here. That is, you can join it under the first one. That is what we have here now. So you can see that what is happening here, this is where the basic salary starts from. This is where the name stops. So it continues under it. Now, the question you ask yourself as a data analyst is that, is this addition or concatenation allowing you to view your data the way you will be able to understand it? The answer is no. So now all I need to do is to switch it, to take this off from here and place it what? Side by side with the first one. So how do we communicate that in Python? How do we tell Python that concatenate this vertically instead of what? Horizontal. Now it just adding, let me copy this. I would like to. So let me label this as a horizontal concatenation. In case you are making your note, this should be horizontal. Horizontal concatenation. Right? Now I'll copy this, Control C, then go down, paste it. So I will change this to final 2. Just that, and change this to also 2. And then I will change this to vertical concatenation. That is the one I want to run here now. So vertical concatenation only require addition of axis equals to 1. And where will you introduce it? After the square bracket, you put a comma, and then you simply say axis is equals to what? 1. Just by adding this, we give us what? A vertical concatenation. Without adding it, we give us a horizontal concatenation. So let me execute this code, and then you see that we should be able to have it concatenated vertically. So concat, what is it saying? Axis. So I have a spelling error here. So I'll change this and this to S. So if I run it again, I should be able to have, so you can see the way it's concatenated. So this is exactly what we want. So this becomes the data you want to analyze, because you have checked the task given to you. Your analysis, all the questions you have to answer, lies between the employee's name against their basic salary. So why having the entire data that will end up, distract you? So you can just pull those areas that are needed, join them together like we have just done with the help of the concatenation method. So I can go back again and pick another one. Let's say I want to add department. Let's say I want to add department to this data frame. So all I'm going to do is just to, let me add another row. Let me add another row just before that row. So I'll add another row on top. So let me add another row on top. Then I will say, okay, let's say we are also given this task that also add or also extract departments, also extract departments, and add it to the concatenated what data. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the period or the square bracket method to pull it out, because it's a single word, department. So I will just take the header the way it is to avoid typographical error. Control C. And then remember the same syntax. The syntax is that you give it a new name. So this one is department, and then equals to the name of the main data, which is what? Data 3. And then I'll put the square bracket, then acknowledge it as a string, and then before pasting it. So if I run it, so I've also pulled out all the department value and store them in what? Depth here. So which means that I can come here now and say, comma, and call that what? Depth. So if I run this code again, you'll see that what? We now have, no, where am I supposed to add it? I think it's here. So I'll add a comma and then just type the two word, press your tab so that you can get it correctly. So you pick it here. So if I run it, you see that what? I have added department. But you know what? This is exactly what I was telling us the other time. This order is not proper. I want the department to come to where you have basic salary. The only thing you will do is just to change the order here. So I will just come here and write what? Department, and then separate it with what? A comma. So I will need to remove this comma. So if I run it, you see that what? I have it properly arranged. All right. So now let's assume that after you have, merged the three of them together, you now decided to maybe, because it can happen sometime when you concatenate, you may not have this series number one, that's 0, 1, 2. So where you do not have it, you can use a function to what? To manufacture it. So you add it to the final output, that is the variable name. So you can just come here. I'm just assuming you do not have this. And if you don't have this, you will see that this header will not be on the same level. Maybe the employee's name will be on top or at the top. This one will come down. So you see that you are not having all the what? The field on the same level, just because you do not have the series. So in case it happens, this is what you do. You say dot reset underscore index. You open the function and you should not put any. So if I run it now, you see that it has manufactured it. So Adibin, you do not have the serial number. You add this to the final, to the variable or the object name, it will manufacture it. But because we have it, so there is no need. So I just want us to know that in case you run it and you can't find the number, you should add this, and that we add it for you. Any question, please? I need a response.
Please, I have a question. I've been waiting for you to finish. If I can ask, my question is not based on this thing. Please, my question is how to view my own anaconda. I can't find it again. That's anaconda that I pinned now. I can't find it.
Okay, so let me allow you to share your screen. I thought we have already conquered anaconda.
Yes, but I can't
It's like
see it
I
now.
will organize fasting and prayer for you for that your laptop. You don't reach
No,
where
it's just to view it now. We've downloaded it already now.
Oh yeah, share your screen. Let's check.
Okay. So this is my, are you seeing my screen?
Yes.
So where do I go now to open it?
Click on the start button under.
Okay.
Type anaconda. Just type AN. That was the reason why I pinned in that day, because I know that it was not showing here. Now, what you would do, were you the one that unpinned it?
No.
Yeah, it's possible that you did, but you did not know. Now, go back again. Just take off this. Let me check something. Oh yeah, click. Oh yeah, type again. Type AN. Just type ANA. Just type ANA. Let me see. Just remove the A. There was a way he came out before. I wanted to trace it out for you. Good. Now look at it there. Look at it there. Anaconda Navigator. Go and quickly right click on it now and pin it. Right click. Select pin. To taskbar. No, the next one. The next one.
Okay.
Yes. If you disappear again, no call me again. No.
No, I can do it now.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So do we have questions from what we
Hello,
have
sir.
done so far? Yes, ma'am.
So my question is this: other headers is working, but in employee's name, I'm having error on it. So I don't know where the
Oh yeah, share your
mistake
screen.
is coming from.
Share your screen.
The
I think
state is working.
fine. Now share your screen. I think you have already sent this complaint before. Now share your screen. Let's see. Okay, now yes, I want to go to where the error is. Can you scroll to where we are having the error? Kindly go to where we are having the error. Hold on. Now let's look at the key error. The key error says data frame object has no attribute what? Employees underscore name. How are you selecting? Can you read? It's very tiny. If you can zoom. I hope you know how to zoom. Control plus. Control plus. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Hello?
I want to see Control plus. I'm not saying it very well. Just help me to magnify it a little. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Oh, it's too much. Or you can just scroll for me so that I can see it. Okay, perfect. Just hold on. Hold on. You have taken it back. Let it, I want to see that place where the error is very well. I want to see it. Can you zoom out a little? It's okay like this. Now,
Okay.
go back to the main data. It's possible that the header editing has not been acknowledged. You know, I was facing this error that day. So go up, just go up. Let's go to the data, the main data. I want to see the header. The main data. Where did you modify the heading? That is where I'm going to. Where you modify the heading. Here, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, what you are going to do is that you are going to save the whole of this in a different data set, and it is that one you'll be calling. Because as we are still calling that DA1, that DA1 is the original one where you have not modified the header. That is why it's not recognizing it.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Please, I want to be sure that you are hearing what I'm saying. Mrs. Oikosi, can you hear me? You can't hear me. Please, if you can hear me, let me know. I wanted to.
I can hear you, sir.
Now, I want you to zoom back to where you edited the headers. I want to see that section very well. I want to see that section very well.
Is here.
Now, you see, the mistake is that I want you to, no, you have over zoom. I want to see the beginning. Reduce it. Now, after that DA1, can you see DA1 before dot rename? Can you see DA1 before dot rename? Answer me first. I want you to communicate. That DA1 before dot rename. You don't have dot rename there now. The one I'm talking to is the one you have DA1 dot rename. Go to that place. Before the DA1, type, let's say what? DA2. Hope you have not used DA2 anywhere here. I don't know if you can hear me or. Please, once you can hear me, you let me know. Once you can hear me, you let me know. Okay, I know she's having network issue.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, that Jupyter notebook, that is the one I'm going to that I'll launch, but
Yes.
if I launch it, the thing will tell me I should open with Chrome or Yana.
Yes, you click on Chrome.
Okay.
Yes, click on Chrome just for the first time.
Okay.
Mr. Collins, I hope you are following.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mrs.
Sir,
Oikosi, are you back now?
sir, please, should I create an account?
No, you are not creating an account. So you have not watched the video. The first video under Python. Should have watched the video. All the steps, everything we did are there. You cannot.
What I'm
be
seeing.
two classes at the same time. That's if you are taking me back and
No.
supposed to go and watch
Yeah.
that video. So
Okay.
you could see. Can you hear me? Okay. So maybe before she come back, since she's not hearing me, just kindly share your screen. Let me see what you are. Let me see if I can quickly.
Okay.
Quickly share before she comes back.
This is it.
Have you clicked on the launch?
Yes.
Then you hold on. It's supposed to open in the browser. It will open in the browser. You give it some time. It will definitely open in a browser. So you have to wait. You don't have to keep clicking, because the more you keep clicking, the more you confuse it.
See where I am now. I've opened it with that browser, but see where I am now.
I'm not saying that one. What I'm saying is the Jupyter page. I'm not seeing that one yet. Maybe you stop sharing and share again, so I can see that one. Mr. Ikosi, are you back?
Yes, sir. So I don't know if it's my network. Continue.
It's your
Maybe
network. I will show.
we saw that later. Let's not waste time.
It's just a minor issue. Now I will share my screen and show you what you have to do. Since your network, but once you start talking, that is when the network is behaving. Yes, you are in the right place. Now you close. That is Jane, right? Close.
Yeah.
Yes, close that side. Click on that place. Close it. The other one too, where you have Anaconda Tuber. Close that one too. Good. Now, have you created a folder? You are supposed to go to desktop and create a folder. So just go back and watch the video. I cannot take you through this now. I will end up distracting the class. Go and watch the first, second video. You'll be able to sort yourself out. So now, Mr. Ikosi, this is what you will do. This is what you will do. You see it? What you did now is that you started your own from here. So you create another name, you equate the whole of these changes to it. Can you hear me, Mr. Ikosi? Your own now, you just did the A1 dot rename.
Yes, sir.
You will just add something like this. It is
I can hear you.
Yes, it is this name that you will now use. Here, not that the one, the one that you have saved all these changes into. That is the one you should be using, so that it can recognize that employees underscore name. So that is the only error. I believe if you do that, the problem will be resolved. Right. So these things, we are supposed to be doing them as I'm doing it. I am not comfortable the way I'm just running through these things. And you guys, at some point, I'm supposed to break and give us like 10 minutes to apply it. That is the best way of learning this. This idea of just record all through. I will watch video later. It might not really help some of us. Always prepare to come to the class, and then I'll be giving us some time. So I wanted to give us time to get to this place before I proceed. That's the best way. If you have been following this one, you don't need to do all those ones that you have not done. If you were in the last class I started afresh, almost afresh. I have to start with loading library, loading data. So you can as well open a notebook and do that while you use another notebook to be practicing those ones that you have not implemented, and be following this one. So as I'm doing it, you are doing it in the class. So I'm still not going to go much because you guys are supposed to be practicing alongside. So let me just go forward a little, and then I will allow us, because I gave us an assignment to get to this place, and it's as if it's only one person that did it. So now we want to look at how to, though it's part of, I think we've covered this. Let's look at data addition. It's another method of, another way of concatenating. So this is like an alternative where you feel that you do not understand the concatenation concept. You can use addition method, because the addition method is going to focus on another function. So thank God that we have already created 3 different data sets. So we will just apply the function straight away. So the second topic, so this is the new one we are introducing today as another way of data filtering or data selection. So like I said, it's called data addition. So what do we mean by data addition? Now, sometime after you have pull out certain aspects of your data frame, there might be need for you to also to add one to the other using a function. Now here, the focus is another function that can do that same thing the concat did. So let me just add it using .join function. So that is actually the focus. So .join function enable us to join 2 different data frames, and the syntax will be the data name dot join, then you open the function, and then you now say first underscore data, comma, second underscore data. So you can see that to an extent, as far as I'm concerned, this is shorter and is faster. Or are they almost the same thing? Remember the other one? I think it's almost the same thing, but just that one is using concat function, while this is using join. So remember what I said before, these are like alternative to themselves. So let's say I want to implement it. So what is the task that will lead to joining 2 or more data? So the task is, now we have 3 data sets already. We have employee, we have debt, we have basic salary. So I can use it to join any of them. So let's say I want to join department and basic salary only as a new data set. So the task is join any of so let's say join any of the above 2 data frame. So in this case, I'm going to join department and basic underscore salary. So that will give me something different from the initial one. So I will say final 2, for example, equals to, remember the data set name, the syntax here, data set name. So why I added this is that I want that combination to be stored in a different data object. So I will say the 2 data sets that are coming together will be saved in final 2. Then I will call that data set the data frame where the data frame I want to join together. So which means that I'm not going to call the data. In fact, let me change here so that you understand that it's not data name. So here will be what? Data frame. Let's put it this way. Data frame. So the data frame, just like the way I explained to us when we were, importing it, the D should be capital letter, then the F should be capital letter. Then we concatenate it with the join. And then before you open the bracket, and then you mention the two data sets. So the order I want is that department before the basic. So I'll simply say what? Department, and then put a comma, and then the basic. If I cannot remember, I'll just type what? BA. Press the tab button twice. I'm supposed to get it outputted. Okay, I think it just came now. Okay, so I'll pick it here. And then I will run my code. Good. Once a value is read here, it means that you have the two of them joined. Now, for me to see it, I have to call final2. So I'll just type FI, press the tab button again, and then pick what? F2, and then shift and enter. So you can see that what? With the help of the join, have been able to what? To achieve an equivalent result of the concat. So these are different methods. If you forget one, you should be able to what? Remember the other. Any question, please? Any question? Mr. Collins, hope
I don't have question. I've sorted that in out. So.
Okay. Mr. Collins, Mrs. Jane, hope you are following.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm following, but I'm not practicing.
Yes, you will practice before.
Sir, please, after you send me that, please send me the video, that video back.
Which one? All of
On
them?
how to, for that, especially that anaconda setting now. How to,
No, what I'm going to do is that all the classes, I'm compiling the video according to the order. So I'm going to drop the file. You see 1, 2, 3. Go and watch 1 before you watch 2, before you watch 3. So I will drop it in the group so that those that also need it can go through it. So at the end of the whole training, all the videos will be sent to us as a pack. So, but I will send it because of so that you can fill up the gap before the next class. As a matter of fact, I'll be straight with us from next week. If you do not, by the time we join, and I ask who has implemented what we learned last time, if I cannot get 80% of you that have done it, that class will be cancelled that day. I'm not comfortable with this accumulation. Now that we all have our anaconda working, we are supposed to be updating, right? So that we can move faster. Now you have from now till next week, Tuesday, so there shouldn't be any excuse. Everybody will have updated their notebook. All the analysis will have been performed. So we are going to look at one more topic because you guys have not implemented all that I'm doing. I don't want to go too fast. I will just take one more and then we'll stop there, then go and sit down with all of them and get to where I stop. So let's look at how to sort or data sorting. So we have learned two things now under data selection and filtering techniques. We have learned how to concatenate two or more data. In fact, we started with how to pull out certain aspects of a data set from the main data, store it in a different data frame. We have also learned how to join them together using two different functions, using the concat, using the join with the help of the data frame. So I will just take this one as the last one for tonight, which is data sorting. So like I told us, all these techniques that we are applying, you don't just wake up and be playing with them. They are techniques that will be used to answer valid analysis tasks tomorrow when you are employed. You will see a company will just carry 5 different data and give to you. Not that they really want you to analyze from all of them. They just want, maybe in data A, you call out one particular column. In data B, you call out another one. In data C, you call out another one. Then you join them together before you perform your analysis. All these are real life issues that you might have. So I'm just trying to, assume that we are facing those issues and I'm providing solutions for them. So what is data sorting? All the way from Excel, we should know that data sorting is simply the arrangement of your data. And as we all know, we have just two standards. It's either you sort your data in ascending order or in descending order, right? So that is exactly what we want to learn right now. How do we sort our data? Now, let me call out data 3 and see what we have there. Or let me see if I can use any of these sub data. Yeah, let's assume that I'm using the one with 3. I'm using final 2 underscore data. So let me just quickly bring it closer to where I am. So I will just say final. Remember what I told us, just type the first 2 letters, you press tab, and then this is the one I am looking for. So I will just run it. Now the task is that you should sort the basic salary in ascending order. So the question is, as a data analyst, how will that answer a valid analysis question? So let me put it in a word problem format. So the task here is that sort basic salary by descending order. So what we want to get here, we want to know the highest employee or the highest employee with the highest what? Salary. So it means that once I sort in descending, any value that appears here is the employee that is earning the highest salary. Because in your reports, you are going to note it down that after your analysis, you discover that so persons or so departments earn higher than what other departments. So let's say you are to answer that kind of question. So the syntax, let me do it here. So the syntax will be, you create a data object. In other words, the sorted copy, you want it to be stored in a different data frame. So I can just say, okay, sorted equals to. Now, the name of the data set that we want to sort, one of the column value is what? Final 2 underscore data. So I'll just type FI, press my tab, and then pick it up. Concatenate it with the what? The function, which is what? The sort. So you concatenate it with the function, which is sort underscore value. Sort underscore values. All right. Then you open a bracket. Now, there is no way you can sort all the values in each of the column correctly, but you have to sort based on a specified criteria. There must be a criteria for the sorting, and based on the question, you will know the criteria. The question mentioned basic salary, which means that the criteria for the sorting is based on what? The basic salary. So based on that, I will now put what? By. So this by is an attribute that is used to select the criteria for the sorting. So how do you select it? Put equals to, put the square bracket. Remember, I just told us, okay, not your class. Anytime you use the square bracket, it means that you want to, pay attention to a particular section of your data. So which means that what? Once you have opened that selection bracket, you define the header inside as a string. You now paste the what? The basic salary, which means that at the end of our sorting, only the values under basic salary will be in that order. It might not consign this. It might not consign this, except you go and sort based on them. So now after this, the next thing is for us to use a function that can enable us to switch from ascending to descending and vice versa. Now, you will now write this as an attribute, ascending. All right, ascending equals to, we select true, that is Boolean value. So if I put true, please, when you are typing the true, make sure that true or false. Why we are not quoting them from Python basic class, we did talk about the Boolean data type that has just two values, true or false. So they are already inbuilt data type in the program. So you don't have to put the quotation, because once you add the quotation, it means you are now recognizing them as string. Now, you cannot say because you want to sort descending, you will not change this place to descending. This place is constant. It must always be ascending, where you can switch either from ascending or descending is here. If I put true, true is going to give me what? Ascending. If I put false, false is going to give me what? Descending. Or let's execute and see it together. So if I want to, let me run the code now and see if I'm correct. Perfect. Now, if I come down and run my sorted SO tab, if I run my sorted, and then you will see that the whole data has been rearranged. So let's focus on the basic salary. This is what? Ascending, because it is true. You see what? All the 200 at the bottom. So like I was telling us, if I want the other way around, that is to sort what? Descending, that's from the highest to the least. I will just change this value. This is the only place we change. And the F should be capital letter as well. And then if I run it again now, you see that what? All the highest value comes first. So now I will have answered that analysis question that says analyze the highest salary earners. So I can say, okay, Maduka, I will write their name with what? 200,000. Hussein with the same 200, Nandi with the same 200. So if you are writing your report, you will now write what? The following name and the same what? Or and the highest salary with, you mentioned what? The 200,000. So that is how to sort. That is how to sort. So if I change my criteria for sorting, let's say I focus on department. So if I change here now to department, then you see that what? The focus will change. Now, if you check, you can see that what? All the items in department has been what? Sorted. Technology comes first, and then followed by surveillance, then followed by what? Audit. All right. So I can decide to say, give me only the first 20. Dot head is part of what we have learned before. Dot head, and then give me what? 20, and then run your code. So you can see that you have just picked only the first what? 20. So you can be able to what? To see all the departments in that range. Any question? This is where I'm going to stop. In our next class, we look at order selection techniques. And that will take us to the end of this aspect of data analysis with Python before we start looking at aggregation. After aggregation, we look at graph. Graph is just 2 classes. Then after that, we are through with Python. That is why I really want us to go and master everything that we have done. I don't want anybody to be left behind again. Please, before the next class, everybody must have watched all the video. For those of you that have not been following, I will send us the video pack, maybe probably tomorrow morning, because that laptop is not on. I'll send it to us so that we can go through it. Any question, please? I'm stopping here. Do we have any question? Okay, so I will assume all is well. So good night, everyone.
Good night, sir.